Good morning, everyone. Welcome to IGP. Today, we are going to present our 188 webinar on interactive learning strategies in education, which is very attractive topics nowadays. Before we move to the next, I just want to draw your attention because today I'm going to share something with you. So that is important for all of us, including me. Today there is nothing about hosting, but want to inform something to you on behalf of IGP and by the request of someone. So I'm just going to share one thing. So please be concentrate on it. For the first time, the Institute of Global Professionals (IGP) has borne the cost of education of 5 orphans starting last 1st of September. With the help of IGP donors, we will continue to support them as long as they want to study. The IGP will provide all the necessary supplies for their studies. We have taken this opportunity to help them to have a better future. Like if we feed them, they might forget it after 2 days. If we give a dress, they might throw it when it gets old. However, if we educate them, they can use it forever. IGP strongly believes that education is the best way to improve one's life. Education is the vehicle of knowledge, self prevention, and success. Education gives us the ability to succeed, social contact, strength, character, and self respect. Moreover, education is an asset that no one can ever snatch or destroy. Education paves the way for improvement. That is why we are here today. If we can do this, we will have heavenly bliss. IGP would like to thank those donors who will give their full support to this beautiful initiative with IGP, but resist giving their names. Actually, this is their broad-hearted. The IGP will be forever grateful for them. We are constrained, so it is impossible to do is despite our many desires. The desires will remain, there will maybe something will be fulfilled. The will of the IGP and the donors, so we will be able to do many things that will show the way of our next generation. We don't believe in showing people, but we can't do everything alone. The donor is open for those people who want to be part of this journey. As we embark of this, we succeed, and the number of orphans we can help will also increase. Many people attempts to block this initiative in creative platform, but Almighty God is with us. Thank you so much. This is an announcement, and on that other side, this is an uh, what you can say. This is an achievement on behalf of IGP. So no more discussion or no more no more discussion today. Now I'm going to invite someone from Philippines, our first speakers. She's none other than Ma'am Lee. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How about you, sir?
Ma'am,
How
I'm
about you,
fine.
sir?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Now we have around 300 participants with us right now. We have started this only 7 minutes ago, and these virtual learners and this virtual platform right now from yours. So you can share your knowledge to us, then we can enlighten us.
Well, thank you, sir. So I will share my screen first.
Sure, ma'am.
Can you see now my screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all from the different countries who continuously supported the IGP. So the Institute of Global Professionals is dedicated to serving as a social organization and ISO certified training and education institute, as well as being internationally recognized and globally accredited. I am honored to be a resource speaker at the Institute, where I will present ideas on interactive learning strategies. So I am your resource speaker. My name is Leia May, and I'm a teacher in the Philippines. Let us have educational discussions that are fruitful. I hope you will gain a lot of knowledge from me today. For our guidance, I prepare an outline of our session. So the first topic is interactive learning strategies. Then followed by the overview and why interactive learning. And last, we have type of interactive learning. So, but before we get to our session, let us play a game. So to make it more interactive. So the game's mechanics is to guess the jumbled words using picture clues. So let us begin with the first image, then followed by the second image, and the third image, and try to identify the jumbled letter in a word in its correct word. So I will be giving you 5 seconds to answer the game. Okay, time's up. So let's see the first image. Okay, correct. You got the right word. So it is interactive learning strategies. So based on the demands on the new normal, teachers need learning aids in the form of more innovative learning media so that they can provide convenience in creating a more attractive, effective, and efficient learning atmosphere. Learning media is important to present in learning because learning media provides many benefits besides facilitating the delivery of material. It also attracts students' attention so that they are motivated to learn. So, learning media can attract the interest of interest, attention, motivate, and stimulate student learning activities and can affect students. So, at present time, science and technology is developing very rapidly. It has an influence on the creation of learning media that is more effective and efficient. So learning media are developing so rapidly and in a variety of ways, such as PowerPoints, videos, games, and animation, and also the Flash applications. So technology-based learning media provide a more interesting, interactive, and innovative way of learning so that students can become enthusiastic in learning these materials. So let us define interactive learning strategies. So what is interactive learning strategies? I think some of you already or all of you already have an idea about interactive learning strategies. So, interactive learning can be defined as a practical approach to help learners to be more involved in retaining more material to enhance and improve their skills with or without using a form of technology. Interactivity is one of the most important aspects of online learning and development that is frequently underestimated. It's important to remember that even high quality online learning made by teachers fall short of expectations if the learner isn't totally engaged and eager to learn. Providing high quality, meaningful content will keep students engaged and motivated to learn. Inclusion of general and non-specific information, on the other hand, will not add value to the online class or traditional classroom and may even cause the learner to question the value of the online class or offline class. So let's have an overview of the topic. So for a long time, the teacher was the primary source of information. So we as a teacher, so we are the primary source of the information. So the font of knowledge. Books were non-existent or scarce, as they still are today in developing countries of the world. So and information was passed orally from the teacher to the learners. The educational lecture is an effective method for conveying information from one person to many students. However, as most of us have discovered, simply telling someone information does not guarantee that learning occurs. So this was the strategy followed by the educators before. So in recent years, technological advancements have begun to alter how students acquire facts and knowledge. They no longer have to rely on the teacher to tell them what they should know. Learners have also evolved over the last 30 years. So the students we are now teaching grow up with computers and electronic gadgets. So as we observe on the students nowadays, there is a big change from the previous way of learning. The reason why we educators must also be upgraded from chalk and papers to electronic gadgets. So the goal of education is to improve the quality of human resources in order to make them more qualified. Education is deliberate and planned effort to create a learning environment and learning process in which students actively develop their potential for religious, spiritual strength, self-control, personality, intelligence, noble character, and the necessary skills. So, several factors influence the achievement of educational goals, including educators, students, the environment, learning devices, and all facilities in the form of infrastructure and learning media. Teachers are expected to be sensitive and responsive to the times as part of their job. They must be aware of the diverse students as well. Identifying your student based on their strengths and weaknesses will help you fulfill your goal to inculcate knowledge to the learners. So, a comprehensive collection of learning strategies is an active learning strategy. Active learning includes a variety of methods for keeping students active from the start, such as activities that encourage group work and get them to think about the subject matter in a short period of time. So, what this means is that we are teaching a generation whose view of information, access, and transfer is totally different from that of their older educators. When students today want to know about something, they are far more likely to Google it or go to Wikipedia than they are to pull down a book from a bookshelf. So we as teachers must now recognize that our students are no longer have to depend on us for the acquisition of information. So there are many ways. So students have many ways to get informations. So what is the importance of interactive learning? So why interactive learning? So there are a lot of questions concerning interactive learning. Thus, a lot of studies has been done and is still being done. And that information and ideas are being used to figure out how to use and profit from it. So, why is it necessary to agree on the usage of interactive learning in the classroom? So, to begin, we must define interactive learning and comprehend why it is necessary to have it in our classroom, whether traditionally or technologically. Interactive learning is a type of educational process organization in which students collaborate on the development of educational material, that exchange of knowledge, ideas, and methods of activity. In this time of the pandemic, where the traditional classroom situation is not visible in our country and parts of the world, instead of relying on the new normal of educating learners using printed modules and online modules, student collaboration is essential to the progress of the materials they also use. Teachers are being pushed once again on how to make their students studying interesting, and that the current circumstance is not difficult for them to simply by learning ideas and offering materials by the teachers. So let's take a look at the main goals of interactive learning. So stimulation of educational and cognitive motivation refers to the way student minds are stimulated while in their learning environment. This can come from visual throughout the classroom. Visuals are instructional devices used in the classroom to promote learning and make it easier and more motivating. Models, charts, film strips, projectors, and radios, televisions, maps, and other similar materials are referred to as instructional aids. Hands-on activities with physical movement. Schools and teachers interested in incorporating physical activity both in and out of the classroom. Multimodal means of learning each new concept. So learners encounter learning in a variety of ways, resulting in a diverse learning style. Opportunities for higher order thinking or questioning, and higher order questioning necessitate more time for students to think about and articulate their responses, and they can greatly extend classroom conversations and learning. Asking a variety of questions encourages students to actively engage with and deepen their understanding of the content. Exciting and stimulating teachers. It's difficult for students to remain active in the learning process when content is uninteresting, appears irrelevant, or requires countless hours of filling out worksheets. In a stimulating classroom, students can move around, learning new ways of receiving knowledge, and are encouraged to question everything around them. Because of this, it's easier for them to become involved in the learning process. So another goal we have development of independence and activity, allowing students the opportunity to engage in discourse that involves externalizing, elaborating on their thinking, and receiving feedback will lead to construction of their knowledge and understanding of a topic. However, these discussions require students to have authority and command over their own thinking, to reconstruct ideas and concepts based on their previous knowledge and existing schemas. So let's go to the next goal fostering analytical and critical thinking. So they are able to identify and define problems, like they take failure as an opportunity. Critical thinking analysis an evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. So they will going to analyze, evaluate until they come up for a judgment. So learners question decisions critically leads to goal-oriented thinking and acting. So this ability is only then fully utilized when they first analyze the situation by collecting and processing information. If learners do so first, they can better critically question the decision and situations they encountered. For the next goal, we have formation of communication skills. So from the word communication skills, we actually understand this one. So good communication skills are essential for learners um, to understand information more accurately and quickly. And this serves as a foundation for them to achieve their life goals or ambitions. Communication is the key to creating and sharing ideas, views, facts, and information. So, another we have self development of students, helping students to create a plan to acquire the skills they may need for their academic studies or their chosen career path. Empowering students with soft skills that emphasize on memory, reading, and critical thinking. Okay, so for the next topic, let us check your stock knowledge on the next part of the session. So this is a game. You will going to guess the missing word based on the given pictures as clues. Then I will be giving you 5 seconds for you to identify the answer. So let's have the first one. Okay. So what do you think is this image? Time's up. Let's see. Yes, you are correct. The word is brainstorming. Okay, another image. Of course, you will again guess the missing word based on the given pictures. So, how about this one? I will give you another 5 seconds. Time's up. Let's see. So, you are all correct. The word is bus session. And again, what could be the next image? So, another seconds for you to guess the picture. Okay, time's up. Wow, you're correct. We have think, pair, and share. So, think, pair, share. How about this one? So, what is this? Can you guess the image? From the given pictures, you are going to give the exact words. So another seconds. Time's up. So we have graph, pick, organizer. Very good. So how about this one? What do you think is this one? I will give you another seconds. Okay, time's up. Let's see. It's group passing. Okay, you're all good. And for the last picture, let's see the last picture. I think it's just the same. Okay. Okay, we can have the next slide. So let us now learn the various type of interactive learning which are touch-based and technological based. So let's start with touch-based. So there are three types of learning according to experts. We have visual, kinetic, and auditory. Visual learning is based on sight, whereas kinetic and auditory learning are based on touch and hearing, respectively. So visual refers to sight-based learning. So for example, no, for visual learning, we can use pictures or images, also maps, charts, and diagrams. Also, watching videos uh, can also help in learning through visual. For kinetic learning happens based on hands-on experience. So that's why it is based on the touch, so hands-on. So for auditory is to learn by hearing and listening. So here are some touch-based example of touch-based learning. We have buzz session, brainstorming, graphic organizers, think, pair, and share. We frequently use these examples in our classroom, whether face to face or it could be in a virtual classroom. Our goal as a teacher, as teachers, is for our students to be able to cope with what is missing in the classroom during this pandemic. Some schools in various countries around the world have already opened their doors with COVID-19 safety precautions and preventions in place. Some are simply coping with the effects of the pandemic. But what is important is that we are doing everything we can to provide the quality education that our students require. So we have brainstorming. A method design teams use to generate ideas to solve clearly defined design problems. It is typically performed in group discussion, useful in generating creative thoughts and ideas. So we have example of brainstorming. Just an example. I will just give you some examples, but there are lots. So we have team idea mapping. This method may improve collaboration and increase the quantity of ideas and is designed so that attendees participate and no ideas are rejected. During idea sharing, new ideas may raise by associating the word or idea with another one. Group passing. The group passing technique involves sitting in a circle or around a table and offering solutions in a fast-paced manner. When the ideas are blurted out, In this way, there is no time to think long and hard before volunteering response. And also, we have individual brainstorming. So, this session usually includes steps such as defining the problem, defining a solution, and reaching a conclusion. So, another touch base, we have think, pair, and share. Establish a problem or questions, then pair your students. So using think, pair, and share, teachers must first identify a problem set of question, then pair their students. So using the think, pair, share technique, you will learn how to organize students and classroom topics to encourage a high level of classroom participation and assist students in developing a conceptual understanding of a topic. The learner will think independently to answer questions about the topic, then share their answer with their peer or partner. Then we have buzz session. Participants come together in session groups that focus on a single topic. So it uh, It is a cooperative learning technique that involves forming a small group discussion to develop a task, problem solving, and idea generation. And also we have Q&A session. The session in Q&A is typically a specific amount of time set aside at the end of your presentation for the audience to directly ask you questions, or alternatively, the teacher may ask a direct question to the students. So here we go, my audience. First, we'll play again. It is guessing games about various technology-based strategies. I'll read the situations, and everyone will try to figure out which interactive learning strategy is being used. So, in the first case, we have the first situation. Teacher Annie uses Google Classroom, MS Teams, and Zoom sessions in her virtual classroom. Teacher Annie used what kind of interactive learning strategy? So, of course, I will be giving you enough time to guess what interactive learning strategy uses by Teacher Annie. Okay, time's up. You are all right. We have web conferences. We can see that Teacher Annie uses several virtual online conferences to communicate with her student or learners and have that two-way contact or dialogue. A teacher has the personality of being innovative and always striving to learn new ways to engage her students. She enjoys conversing with her students, and the pandemic circumstance forced her to learn about a new kind of teaching and learning situation. Second situation. Okay. So teacher Romeo had a lot of articles about his lesson that he wanted to write and post so that he could quickly disseminate the knowledge by providing links in internet sites. He uses a free website and registers with premium ones to post his articles. What interactive learning strategy does he use? Okay, can you guess now? I will give you 5 seconds again. Okay, time's up. Okay. Teacher Romeo uses blogs, weblog, or web-based journal. Very good. Teacher Romeo is a writer, as are several other teachers, and he has considered how He may assist his students in their reading development. He already had a record that he regards to be his own because he performed an original work that could also build his talent as a writer by using various blogs, web blogs, or web based journals. Of course, we might create a weblog not because we believe ourselves to be writers, but because we want to help our students build their schema learnings, and the blog platform is a terrific tool for that. So we have another situation. Let us try this one. Georgina is a grade 7 student who enjoys playing Scrabble to learn new words and using apps like Minecraft to hone her strategy and decision making skills, as well as chess to develop her critical and analytic, analytic skills. Her teacher uses the website Kahoot to keep her students engaged virtually in her classes. What type of interactive learning method is being used? Okay, I will give you 5 seconds again. Okay, time's up. Well done. So, teacher Georgina, now this is student, uses gaming. Georgina is gaming enthusiast who learns through playing the games. We may see that pupils or the students are able to grasp a new concept or idea, adopt a fresh viewpoint, or explore with several possibilities or variables. Georgina is a big fan of games that give a setting for engaging practice. So students can learn a range of vital skills by playing games. So this is really interesting. Let's have situation 4. Suzette learns a lot from her teacher broadcaster, who brings up to date news and lessons even though she lives in a remote area. Which which interactive strategy was used? So I will give you another 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is television and radio-based instruction. So from the given example, we might notice the utilization of radio or television to ensure learning. The program in radio and television based is also intended to serve as a forum for the exchange of knowledge and experiences between generations. Several examples include the use of apps, videos, and online quizzes. So lastly, we have this situation. Teacher Marisa uses PowerPoint presentations and wants to make it more interactive using Canva, Filmora, Pinterest, and codes of hyperlink on her presentation. What kind of learning strategy did she utilize? Okay, will you guess? Now, I will give you 5 seconds. Time's up. So, it is interactive learning PowerPoint. Very good. So, congratulations for a job well done. So, PowerPoint enables students to effectively collaborate and present ideas, make animations, storybooks, video galleries, and other projects. Creating a PowerPoint presentation to show to the class was once considered cutting edge classroom technology. Those days are long gone, and online presentations now provide students with so much more. PowerPoint expands the possibilities for this classroom staple. Students can do so much more than make a presentation with real-time collaboration and the ability to embed presentations in websites. Examples of interactive learning PowerPoint are utilizing these platforms. Share learning in an interactive notebook, share screencast videos, create video galleries, annotate an image, so animate with PowerPoint, create a shared presentation, brainstorm with PowerPoint sticky notes, and then make graphics and a lot more. So we will discuss the other type of interactive learning strategy, which is technology based. So technology based uses a series of delivery methods and hardware and software tools to manage and deliver learning content and track learner progress. So we have web conferences, blogs, or weblog or web-based journal, gaming, television, and radio-based instruction. So we have first the web conferences. These are synchronous meetings in a virtual environment. Web conferencing is an online service that allows you to hold live meetings, conferences, presentations, and training sessions over the internet with a focus on high speed internet connections. You can join the conference by phone or through an online connection utilizing your computer speakers and microphone. In teaching, we can also hold a classroom through Google Classroom. And by the use of Google Meet, we can have an online class. There are different apps that we can use in conferences such as Zoom and Teams and a lot more. Next we have is blogs, weblog, or web-based journal. Blogs are readily created, updatable web pages that people can use to share their opinions on a particular topic. Blogs are very common nowadays. We could use this to utilize the knowledge of the student in blogging as well as in delivering the lesson. And of course, this is very common nowadays. Gaming in learning is an educational approach that uses video game design and uh, video de- game design and game elements in learning environments to motivate students to learn. The goal is to maximize enjoyment and engagement by capturing learners' attention and inspiring them to keep learning. Students can learn a variety of abilities through gameplay, including critical thinking, creativity, cooperation, and good sportsmanship. Students create a variety of connections with the subject and can form pleasant learning memories while playing games. Students can benefit from a variety of sensory experiences provided through games. Games capture students' interest and keep them actively engaged. Teachers have discovered that focusing students' attention and actively immersing them in learnings, whether offline or online, is an effective strategy to focus their attention and actively immerse them in learnings. And the last one, we have television and radio based instructions, wherein educational materials instructions will be broadcasted. Learning through radio and television, since there is pandemic, is one way to deliver learning through this by the help of the trained teacher broadcasters. The lesson is being aired on a certain channel or what do you call channel for the easy access of the learners. So in the Philippines, in our place, we have an example. We have DepEd TV or Itulay. I also have, from the other countries, I also have watched different educational programs like Art Attack, See the Science Kid, and so on. And there are many educational videos that we can watch. So, so that's my topic. So as a review, Before I end up, let's have a review about my topic. So, interactive learning can be defined as practical approach to assisting learners in becoming more involved in retaining more material in order to enhance and improve their skills with or without the use of technology. Interactive learning is a type of educational process organization in which students collaborate on the development of educational material, the exchange of knowledge, ideas, and methods of activity. Types of interactive learning strategy we have touch based and, of course, technology based. So for touch based, we have brainstorming, think, pair, and share, buzz session, Q&A sessions. For technology based, we have web conferences, blogs, web blog, or web based journal, gaming, television, and radio based instruction. So before I end this presentation, I want to leave everybody a quotation. Learning never exhausts the mind. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. It is from the anonymous author. This quotation's message appeals to me because it simply describes the beauty of learning and the benefits we will gain from various learnings. As a result, we must all enjoy learning and never grow tired of it. So, thank you. So, that's all for now, my dear professionals. I'd like to express my appreciation for your time and attention today. Thank you so much. And now, of course, I'd like to let my colleague speak at this point. So, may we welcome Sir Arnold Agligar for his presentation.
Sir Arnold, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Hello, guys. Hello, Philippines, and hello, world. I'm so happy to be with you guys to deliver my discussion about our topic about interactive learning strategies. So before we start, let me share my slides or my presentation. Okay, can you see my slides now? Okay. So before anything else, hello, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Hello, Philippines, and hello, world. I am Teacher Arnold, but you may call me Teacher Arnie. I am a public junior high school teacher from the beautiful country of the Philippines. I am very pleased and grateful to our Lord Jesus for providing us this opportunity to spend time with you, as well as to the Institute of Global Professionals for giving us this opportunity also to allow us to share our work with all of you. Okay, so our topic is all about interactive learning strategies in the new normal. So before we proceed on my presentation, so that is my picture. Hello. Okay, so before we proceed, let's have a simple stretching exercises. Okay, so first let's sit erect like this. Okay, now let's pull our head down. Do not use your hand, just your head. Okay, chin down to your chest and count for 8 seconds. Okay, ready? Let's start. Go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, now let's pull our head up and count for 8 seconds. Ready, go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight. Okay. Now let's have gently bring your ear on your shoulder. So do not pull your shoulder up. Let your ear or your head go to your side. Okay, ready? And count to 1 to 8. Okay, ready? Let's count. Ready, go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and 8. And to the other side. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and 8. Okay. Can you feel the pressure? At this point, we will rotate our head a little bit to the left, like this. Okay, and then you're going to count 1 to 8. Okay, let's do this. Ready? To the left, go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and 8. Now to your right, go. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and 8. Okay. So you may do this in 3 sets after. So how do you feel? How are you feeling? Are you ready for our next session? All right, let's do this. Our topic for today focuses on 3 points. Let me share to you the content of my topic. So first we have the 4 C's of the 21st century skills. Okay. Second, we also have trends of interactive learning strategies in the new normal. And third, the challenges and concerns of interactive learning strategies in the new normal. So this is a very interesting topic because we're all experiencing pandemic, and as teachers and educators, we have to innovate our way of teaching. Okay, so this is our chance to unleash our creativity for our students' progress. Okay, so before we proceed, let me read this quote. I will share to you this quote. All right. Okay, the quote says, learning is more effective when it is an active rather than a passive process by Kurt Lewin. So, what is your idea about this saying or quote? So, for me, it says that it is very important as educators that we have to make our teaching and learning process active because it is good to see that our students are enjoying while learning. All right? So that is our main goal. Learning and enjoying or enjoying while learning. So this is our main priority. Okay, now let's proceed to our topic. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, the 4 C's of the 21st century skills. Coronavirus pandemic or COVID-19 makes a tremendous change in our life, most especially in the field of education. Therefore, face-to-face classes and other school exercises were limited or disallowed to guarantee the safety of our students and school workforce as well, as to eliminate the quick transmission of the said infection. New platforms and strategies was introduced to address this new challenge in education. The use of teleconferencing, application in the form of new online classes, the use of electronic gadgets, self-learning modules or materials, televisions and radio-based instructions was considered and advised to use to facilitate the problem and ensure the continuity of education in midst of pandemic. Presently, the teacher-centered learning approach is at its points not suitable for use in the everyday learning process. Since the learning approach, huh? Okay, I'll read it again. Presently, the teacher-centered learning approach is at its point not suitable for use in the everyday learning process. Since the learning approach will be a student-centered, therefore, the teacher will act as motivator, facilitator, and helps the students in refining and crafting their knowledge and skills for future use. The learning system in the 21st century isn't just centered on the intellectual capacities, but additionally, for the individual and social capacities, namely critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Okay, in the field of education, the quality of teaching and learning is essential. The development and advancement of human resources will result from ensuring this component. We all know that the teaching and learning process is a two-way process. The interaction between the teacher and the students. Students who have a positive attitude toward their teacher tends to perform better academically and socially. Students' participation in classroom tasks and activities increases their achievement. Students are no longer simple observers, listeners, or receivers of information in today's world. Students are also contributors to the richness and effectiveness of the learning process in the student-centered learning environment. Okay, students in the 21st century are more eager, enthusiastic, and active to participate in and understand educational phenomena, to acquire knowledge and scientific truth, to explore different avenues of the learning process, and to use and eventually apply this harness learning for the development and advancement of or for the brighter future. Many aspects of our lives has been affected since the COVID-19 outbreak spread all over the world. Our everyday lives have altered dramatically, and many establishments, including schools, had decided to change its casual operations. This is for the sake of everyone's safety, of course, right? As a result, the entire teaching and learning process, as a result, the entire teaching and learning process has been greatly impacted. That is, whether we're ready or not, all educational institutions are obliged to limit or eventually replace the actual face-to-face teaching and learning process in favor of different learning modalities suited to the learner's need and capabilities. We believe that education is a continuous process. Therefore, education of our dear learners must not suffer. Since there is no physical interaction with our learners in the new normal, they ensure that there will be an alternative or options that we can use to deliver quality education to our learners anytime, anywhere. Right? Yes or yes? Yes, of course. Now, why is it important to know the forces of the 21st century skills in the new normal? What is the relationship of these forces to the skills of our students in the new normal situation? So, according to our first speaker, forces are inclined as in the main goal of interactive learning. Right? Do you agree? Yes or yes? Yes, of course. Okay. So, COVID-19 has emphasized a few keys or a few key abilities that will be in high demand in the workforce in 2020, such as creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, and communication. It is essential to highlight also digital and social emotional skills in the existing framework. Given the increase of danger to students' learning outcomes, mental and physical well-being under COVID-19 situation, our students' executive functions such as planning and organizing ideas were aided by the forces of the 21st century skills, right? As a result, they will be encouraged to learn new concepts and improve their social socio-emotional capabilities. So now let's proceed with the forces of the 21st century learning skills. Okay, what is the first one? Okay, the first photo or the first image is called creativity. Okay, let's read. Creative thinking is synonymous to the ability to generate new ideas. It can also be defined as the ability to create a new object or concept or perfect the existing product to make it more attractive. Okay, they say that creativity has no limit. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that creativity has no limit? Yes, of course. As teachers, we must use our sense of creativity in our lesson. Okay, we have to integrate creativity in our daily lesson. Okay, so that we can ensure to attain students' participation and interaction in our respective classes. So every time that we are going to discuss our lesson or go to your respective classes, you should always bring a huge span of creativity in yourselves. Okay? How? By using or by integrating creativity in your lesson, on your activities, so on and so forth. We might include challenging activities, as what I've said, that will unleash the creative side of our students. At times like this, creativity is very, very important. Incorporating technology in our teaching learning process, like using interactive PowerPoints, which Madam Leia discussed to you a while ago, is very effective. You can put a lot of images, videos, you can also put animations that will create your presentation more creatively. Okay, it will engage students to learn more. Their interest will be captured based on the images, the animations, the sounds, the videos in your interactive PowerPoint. Right? Okay. You may also use video lessons, educational games. Doing this will enhance students' interest and participation. Likewise, with our students, they can also show their creativity on their outputs and performances using new technology and education. Like, for example, um, the performance task is they're going to make a video blog. Okay, using new applications in blogging or video editing applications, they can use different artistic and creative editing materials that they can use to enhance the videos, to enhance their vlogs. Okay, they also they can also use sounds to make it more engaging, more creative. Okay, do you agree with that? Okay, that is creativity. Next, we also have critical thinking. What is your idea about critical thinking? Okay, critical thinking is a mental activity to formulate or solve problems, make decisions, understand certain things, find new answers to questions, and find relevant answers. Do you agree with that? Do you agree? Dear teachers or professionals? Yes. Okay. Critical thinking students can use our critical thinking to uncover the truth in assertions, especially when it comes to identifying facts from opinion. That is very important. They should know how to sort informations from facts or opinion. Okay? Fact na fact, they said. Student don't merely learn on collection of facts or figures. When they use critical thinking, rather, students learn how to find facts and figures on their own. Asking questions is very important. Okay? But a student must learn how to use the art of questioning for better communication and uncovering ideas. We can ask questions, but we should know how to use the art of questioning. Okay? Now, teachers must also challenge students with questions that will puzzle their minds. Therefore, incorporating higher order thinking skills in our lessons is essential to achieve these skills. So it is very important that teachers like us, professionals like us, should incorporate or use the HATS or the higher order thinking skills in our discussion so that they can give a lot of ideas, they can give a lot of answers, they can give different what do you call this answers that out of the box, okay, not traditional answers yes or no, okay, they can justify their answers, they can explain their answers uh, based on their ideas. So that is critical thinking. Do you agree? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, next for C is, okay, we have collaboration. What is your idea about collaboration? Do you use collaboration in your lesson or your discussion or to your performances or activities in your students? Collaboration is a skill that aims to develop collective intelligence in terms of helping, suggesting, accepting, and negotiating through interactions with other people that are mediated by technology. So because we are in the 21st century and we are in the midst of pandemic, so technology takes its place as one of the medium that we can use for collaboration or collaborative activities. So there is the word interaction, meaning we are dealing with people. We are dealing with several people or a group of people with different attitudes, characteristics, and ideas. So working together as a group is considered as collaboration. Okay? Collaboration is the practice of working together to achieve a common goal. As the saying goes, no man is an island, and two heads are better than one. Student involvement with his or her peers has a significant impact to their performance. Students learn how to address a challenge, offer solutions, and choose the best course of action by practicing collaboration and teamwork. So, collaboration is synonymous to teamwork. Okay, because we're working as a team, we're working as a group, and we are aiming for a common goal. Okay, even though classes are done virtually, interactions are still there. They can work collaboratively in a certain project using different computer-based applications, such as the MS Teams. Do you use MS Teams in your classes? In your virtual classes? Yes. Okay. We also use Google Meet. Okay. Do you use Google Meet? Yes, of course. And the like to get involved as a group. As a result, they can reduce the feeling of isolation. It's very important. The feeling of we should discourage the feeling of isolation, even though that our students are in their own household doing their activities or their lessons solely as educators or teachers. We should always communicate with our students, try to ask, how are you? How do you find the lesson? You can use video conferencing, and you have to ask questions regarding the lesson. You should communicate with your students and always ask questions that will give them the sense of belongingness. Okay, so that they are not feeling isolated anymore. Okay, do you agree with that? Okay, let's move on. Our next C is, okay, communication. How well is your communication skills? How do you create a good communication? Do you give feedbacks to your students after the activity? So that is communication. Communication skills refer to an individual's ability to communicate clearly, to use spoken or verbal or nonverbal approaches like written and collaborative effectively. Communication is the practice of conveying ideas quickly and clearly. Okay? Giving the proper medium of communication, exchanging of ideas will be easy. In a usual classroom setup, communication is highly recognizable. We can easily give ideas freely and formulate feedbacks right away. But in times like this where communications lack exist, students can use different platforms for communication. They can do teleconferencing and instant messaging or use streamlines to give their ideas and make positive impression to those around them. Okay. So it is very important at this time or at this point of time that we should always have an open communication with our students. As what I've told you a while ago, in times like this, students might feel the feeling of isolation because they are solely doing their activities or their modules or their classworks because of the pandemic. So teachers should always give their best to communicate with the students, to reach out with the students using different online platforms in the new normal. Like for example, as what I told you, you can use teleconferences like MS Teams or Google Meet and have a little bit of interactive questions or communications with your students. Okay? So that, do you have any more question about the forces of the 21st century skills? Okay, so now we can move on with our next topic. Okay. So before we proceed on our topic, this are I have shown you a picture, an image. What is your idea about this image? How are they how is this picture connected to our topic this morning? What are the key features that you can see on the image? So there is cell phone, there is tablet, there is computer or laptops, there is a web, there is a play button, there is an interaction between people, they are also connected with each other. Okay? So, do you think they are connected on the new normal situation? Yes, of course, because even though that we are not physically there in our classes, we can communicate with our students using the new normal platforms, using live streamings, using teleconferencing, messaging, cell phones, etc., etc. Okay. So now let's proceed with the trends of interactive learning strategy in the new normal. Okay. Every year we are seeing change of trends in almost all sectors of the society. In the case is no different in the field of education. This is one of the areas where we see a lot of remarkable changes every year. It makes serious impacts on the student's perspective on education and the learning outcomes. And as a result of the current pandemic, it is significant impact on our daily lives. It has a significant impact on our daily lives, particularly in the teaching and learning process. Due to the restricted interaction of students in school, it is now a challenge in our education sector to continue the teaching learning process. As a result, electronic and technology-based education is taking a big step to overcome this challenge. Because of the demand in education brought to us by this pandemic, teachers need learning support in the form of more innovative learning media so that they can provide convenience in creating a more attractive, effective, and efficient learning environment. Shifting from conventional face-to-face scenario to online teaching scheme creates a big challenge in the continuity of learning process, much more to produce resources to avail the new platform or the new normal platform. Distance learning. I know you are familiar with this. Distance learning, blended learning, modular printed, digital, online classes or online, synchronous and asynchronous teaching modalities are some famous terminologies that we might encounter or that we encountered in this present time. As the new normal takes hold in our current time, our way of living has significantly changed. It has a significant impact on our lives, our jobs, and our perspectives on life. Education has also changed to cope up and adjust to this change. It brings a lot of developments in our education system. Beforehand, technology is not new in the learning process. Okay? We use PowerPoints incorporating videos and audios in our lessons. We also use technology-based tools and equipment such as laptops, computer, and projector to support us in enhancing the process of how we deliver our lessons. As days and years go by, advancement in educational technology is eminently visible. Much more when new normal in education is happened or education happened. Education sector created a plan to adapt with this change and sustain the continuity of the teaching and learning process. Okay, oh, sorry. So what are the trends in interactive learning strategies in the new normal and how these trends affects the teaching and learning process? Okay, I know some of you might using this already. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, what is your idea with this photo? Okay, what is this photo all about? You may type in your answer. Okay, so that is self-learning modules or SLMs. Okay, what is these self-learning modules? Self-learning modules are individualized learning materials designed to or in accordance with the students' capabilities. It can be printed or digital-based modules. Okay, these self-learning modules is best suited for those students who are not afford to buy gadgets or who doesn't have um, good Wi-Fi connection. Okay, these are printed materials that they can get from their respective schools and answer it already right away. The use of self-learning modules in learning process or in learning process is economical. Self-learning modules are learning resources that are customized to students' capacity to finish and complete modules on their own. It provides the content and performance standards that serves as the foundation for learning. It also includes the MELTs or the most essential learning competencies, which are the main ideas or skills that students should be able to master. This is suited for students with no gadgets to use for online teaching. SLM or the self-learning modules has two types. We have the printed and the digital soft copy. Actually, the SLMs or self-learning modules are like teachers, okay, trying to communicate with their students. Okay, we make SLMs as unique as possible. We simplify our lessons to make it more understandable and easy to our students to finish. Okay, SLMs contains different components. We have the topic, the performance tasks, or the performance standards, the content standards, the MELCs, the review of the lesson, the motivation part. It also includes the discussion part, assessment part, activity part, and the we call this the key answers if they have. Okay. Next, we also have this photo. What's this photo all about? Do you have any idea? What is the keyword of this photo? Okay, the picture shows a person who's using gadget like cell phone and laptop. So what does it mean? Okay, that is what we so called the mobile first learning. Mobile first learning is simply called as e-learning that works on mobile devices. It can be a video, text or audio or multimedia. What matters is that learners can access and use it on smartphone or tablet. Okay. Smartphones are being used by over 2 billion people and tablets are used by another billion. They use their smartphones and tablets to learn, research, and communicate with family, friends, and classmates. Learners have more flexibility over when and where they learn with mobile-first content, make it more accessible to more learners. Thus, it is known as anytime, anyplace learning. So that is the mobile-first learning. Okay? Are you still with me? Yes or yes? Yes, yes, yes. So let's move on with another one. Okay, so we have two pictures here. So what is your idea about these two photos? On the first photo, they're using television. How about the other one? They're using radio. Okay, what do you call this one? What trend of interactive learning in the new normal is this? So that is what is so-called TV and radio-based instruction. Okay? Now, this TV and radio based instruction is considered as a revolutionary approach to distance learning, wherein educational materials and instructions will be broadcasted. TV and radio-based teaching, wherein educational materials and instructions will be broadcasted. It converts self-learning modules into video lessons that may be viewed on local and national television or channels through various local networks. It features teacher broadcasters who have been trained on how to deliver classes effectively using pre-recorded videos and audios for radio-based instruction. So just like I've said a while ago, the SLMs or self-learning modules was converted into this platform and they will broadcast this using your local or national TV channels. Okay, this is also important for those students who doesn't have gadgets. Okay, so they can use their television and radios to engage with their lessons. Okay, but it was scheduled. Okay, there is a specific schedule for each lesson or grade level. Okay, next we have the teachers are called teacher broadcasters. So this is the terminology used now for teachers who are using TV and radio-based instructions. They are called as the teacher broadcaster. So the other part we also have the newscaster, but in the educational sector we call them as the teacher broadcaster. Okay. Next. Okay. What can you say about this photo? What is the key concept of this photo? The student is using a laptop and there is a teacher who uses online teaching. So that is online teaching. Online teaching is the process of educating others on virtual platforms. This type of teaching involves live classes, video conferencing, webinars, and other online tools. So this type of interactive learning strategy in the new normal is associated with students who has access to internet or Wi-Fi. Okay? So you cannot access this without using Wi-Fi. But if you have mobile data, then you can, but limited time only. Okay? So that's the problem. Ay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Online teaching, the technique of educating people via internet is known as online teaching. One-on-one video chats, group video calls, and webinars are some of the options. Many online teachers are needed to construct digital resources for their pupils such as PowerPoint presentations, videos, audio lectures, and PDF files. Anyone with access to internet can watch live lectures, study their lessons via video call, or coach themselves through an online video course. Additionally, students can engage in interactive discussion by forming small groups to explore them from different perspectives. So in using online teaching, teachers usually give PowerPoint presentations. So in this case, we should use interactive PowerPoint presentation to make it more engaging. Okay, you may, sabi ko, so what I've said, you may use videos and audio to incorporate with your lesson. Okay? Okay, are you still with me? Okay, very good. Okay, let's move on with the next interactive learning strategy in the new normal, which is, okay, I think you are all familiar with this. Okay, the Minecraft Education Edition. So, are you using this in your lesson? Do you have any idea of this Minecraft Education Edition? Do you have access to this? So, that is so-called, that's so-called the gamification or gaming technology in education. Gamification in education is a developing approach for increasing learners' motivation and engagement by incorporating games, design elements in educational environment. Okay, so they're using games incorporated or in your lesson to make it more appealing to your students. Gamification or gaming technology in education is an active learning technique where games are used to enhance student learning. To give the game is a sort of play in which participants must comply with a set of rules. Games can be used as a supplement to standard teaching techniques to increase learners' learning experiences while also teaching other skills such as following rules, problem solving, interaction, critical thinking, creativity, teamwork, and good sportsmanship. So we have different examples of this. We have the Minecraft on the picture. Minecraft in education is a game-based learning platform that helps students develop STEM abilities. So those students who are engaged in mathematics, science and technology, and engineering, they can use this as their motivation in learning their subject areas. Using this will unlock their creativity and collaborate with their classmates, and it is also important for solving problems. In addition, according to the research, incorporating games in the classroom can help children learn more, develop social and emotional learning, and motivate them to take chances. The popular multiple choice game, which is so-called the Kahoot. I know some of you are using Kahoot, was found to improve learners' attitude or students' attitude towards learning as well as the academic performance in one study. So there's a lot of applications online that you can use in your teaching and learning process. So you should also incorporate this. Minecraft, Kahoot, Colibri, Canva, so on and so forth. Okay. Next, we also have another interactive learning strategy in the new normal. Okay, that picture, what is your idea about this picture? The student is using a virtual headset. So simply this picture called as the virtual reality. Virtual reality is a computer generated environment with scenes and objects that appear to be real, making the user feel they are immersed in their surroundings. This environment is perceived through a device known as a virtual reality headset or helmet. So there are times that this virtual reality or VR headset, you can buy this on your department stores, and you can use your cell phone to insert on that helmet, and you can download videos in 3D format. So this will give your students a different experience in learning. Virtual reality is a significant technology that has the potential to revolutionize a variety of professions. Virtual reality, often known as immersive multimedia, is a computer-stimulated environment that can imitate physical presence in real-world or imagined environments. Furthermore, it contains interactive multimedia in the form of pictures or movies that allows viewers to explore a scene in 360 degrees. Imagine that. Virtual reality allows students to visit sites all over the world without ever leaving the classroom. Imagine kids being able to learn about Giza pyramids while sitting at their desk. This is possible with virtual reality teaching. Virtual reality can help education by allowing students to participate in memorable and engaging experiences that they would not otherwise be able to have. Furthermore, it can also be happen in the classroom, or it can all happen inside our classroom. So that is very promising, right? Okay, next we have another interactive learning strategies in the new normal is so-called. Okay, this one. What is this picture all about? Are you familiar with this? Are you using this kind of technology in your classes? Okay, so this one is so-called as the augmented reality or AR reality. Okay, augmented reality uses software applications that enhances real-world environment and puts virtual information on top of it to enhance the experience. Augmented reality allows computer-generated graphics to be inserted into a real-world environment on a screen. AR can enable teachers to present virtual representations of lessons, incorporate game features to provide textbook material support, making classroom teaching more remarkable and interactive. Students will be able to learn and memorize information more quickly as a result of this. There are different AR applications that we can use. There is Dinosaur 4D Plus, with a set of flashcards enables users to view 3D dinosaur features. Okay? Another example is the Element 4D or AR Element 4D, that is an AR application that is very promising. Okay. This one is intended for the chemistry subject, which makes learning chemistry fun. And another one is the Google Expedition, which enables users to see 3D objects in the classroom, such as volcanoes, storms, and even DNA. Okay, so those are the trends of interactive learning that we can use in this present time. They can also be headlines in education because of how they influence students' learning nowadays. Okay, now let's move on with our next topic, which is challenges, issues, and concerns of interactive learning strategy in the new normal. Okay, technology in education is an important aspect of the 21st century learning experience. Computers, video conferencing, and even artificial intelligence can be utilized to complement children's education provide help for students with impairments, and have a range of other applications and benefits when correctly implemented in the classroom. Implementing educational technology in the classroom, on the other hand, is not always easy or successful. Many teachers and administrators confront barriers to obtaining, installing, and using technology that can help their pupils learn more effectively. Okay, so let's see this picture. What is your idea about this picture? Can you give your main concept or main idea or main word that will best describe this photo? Anyone? Yes, you may type your idea on our chat box. Okay. So there is a sharing, yes. There is a gadget, yes. Okay. So let's have it now. Okay. So that picture focuses on the gadget shortage and crashing of system. May okay. When it comes to the utilization of online learning, many of our students do not have personal device to use for this platform. Therefore, they must share laptops and computers with their parents, sisters and brothers, and other family members in order to keep on the schedule. When it comes to the utilization of online learning, many of our students do not have their personal devices. Okay? There are times that they are sharing with their devices with other people or their siblings. Another issue that everyone has encountered is a system crash, which generally occurs at the most inconvenient time. Because of the size of the software or the gadget is already outdated, it might affect the performance of it that results to gadget system crashing. In this case, a student may choose other platforms to continue his or her studies, such as self-learning modules in a printed form, television, or radio-based instruction. So this is common problem in this of our students nowadays. Like in the Philippines, there are students who do not have their gadget that they can use in online teaching. There are times that they don't have a online or Wi-Fi connection that is very important in online teaching. So what we did, we encouraged these students to use different alternatives such as SLMs or self-learning modules. Or they can also use television and radio-based instructions. Okay? Next, we also have this photo, another challenge, issues, and concerns in the interactive learning strategy in the new normal. Okay. What is this icon? Can you guess what is this icon? Yes, correct. No internet connection. That is very um eminent here in the Philippines. Okay, sorry. There is a low internet connection. There are times that we don't have internet connection. Okay? Okay. Low or unstable internet connection. Okay. Internet connection is either unstable or the current data plans is not enough to cover the progressive e-learning needs. Okay, this is very sad. Okay. Poor internet connection is the key problem in online classes. Aside from that, not enough data or mobile data plan might hinder the progress of e-learning. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. Okay, we cannot do anything about this problem. However, upgrading your internet package or hoping for 5G mobile data coverage would be really beneficial. However, the unfortunate reality is that we will all have to adapt to it and live with it. A slow internet connection during the coronavirus is a main problem. So that's why we encourage our students also to use an alternative. Okay? So the education sector has always have these alternatives or options for each student's capabilities and needs. So they can also use again the SLMs. They can also use TV and radio broadcasting, TV and radio based instruction for this problem. Okay. Okay. Next we have. Are you still with me? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, what is this photo all about? Can you guess what is the main idea of this photo? There is diploma, there is gadget, graduation cup, there is trophy. Okay, yes, that's right. So they are called as, this is called as the computer literacy. Okay, it is hard for teachers, students, and parents to start using a learning management system or any other digital tool out of nowhere without additional training. They could be overwhelmed by the amount of data they deal with trying to go digital, as well as frustrated facing unknown. Okay, so that is another problem in the present time. Computer literacy, there is a strong evidence that remote learning is harmful to kids in general, but it could be particularly harmful to pupils with little computer proficiency. Many children do not use computers as part of their schoolwork until the outbreak prompted and schools are closed. Teachers, students, and parents find it difficult to get right into using a learning management system or any other digital tool without additional training. They may feel overwhelmed by the amount of data they have to deal as they attempt to become digital, as well as the frustration or the feeling of frustration by knowing the unknown. It is a very bad idea to add computer literacy. It is never a bad idea to add computer literacy lesson or webinar for our teachers and students. Aside from that, several digital tool providers give online consumer assistance and tutorials. So it is very important that we capacitate ourselves with the new trends in technology by joining different webinars as educators. Uh, we have to recalibrate our minds, our skills, on the applications of different computer-based technology so that we can give a quality education based on today's situation. Okay? Okay. Next. Okay, another photo is, okay, that one. Okay, what is your idea about this? What is the main concept of this photo? Anybody? Do you have any idea about this photo? Yes, 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 yes. So that photo is called data privacy and security. Okay? Okay. Teachers and students have been connected using multiple digital tools without paying due attention to the amount and nature of the personal data they collect. Keeping the sensitive data from being stolen is a number one priority for a digital tool that helps deliver e-learning. Having access to a large number of resources on the internet, some students are unaware of the dangers of improperly using web applications. They sometimes overlook the significance of safeguarding their personal accounts, which can lead to hacking or identity theft. They try to ignore their personal data and privacy in order to achieve the main goal of a speedy transition to online learning, especially when e-learning software providers offer free temporary membership. So this is very alarming. So everything we can see in the internet. There are a lot of information that we can use, we can see in the internet. Sometimes the criminals or the hackers use the websites to access your personal data. Okay, so what can we do about this? Data privacy advocates advise only using services that do not use student data for anything other than instructional purposes. It is also recommended that they secure the account and change their passwords on a frequent basis. Do not use suspicious websites and applications. Be attentive when opening emails from unknown sender and upgrade your software regularly. So it is very important that we secure our personal data. We should always think in consideration of getting privacy of our personal details. So as what I've said, saying goes, click before I think before you click. Okay, we should remember that. Think before you click. Okay. Okay, next we also have this photo. Okay, what is your idea about this photo? Can you guess the attitude of the student on this photo? Okay. So this photo tells us about feeling of being isolated. Okay, this is very alarming in the new normal setup wherein students are enclosed in their own room, in their household, and do their activities or online learnings. Okay? For many students, a classroom has been a kind of sanctuary, which is now taken away. The psychological factor is still highly affecting students' motivation and learning progress. Ay, ulit. Okay. Feeling of being isolated is a psychological factor continues to have a significant impact on student motivation and learning progress. The importance of eye-to-eye contact and social interaction in classroom cannot be overstated. When students do or complete activities on their own, they might become discouraged and upset. In today's society, what we can do now is to the teacher's role includes not only providing e-learning but also supporting students staying connected and maintaining classroom integrity. So we should demonstrate to your we have to demonstrate our students that we are here to guide them. We have to open our communications with them, keeping the teaching straightforward. When it comes to grading assignments, be gentle, and during the session, find time to explore students' worries about the present world situation. Inquire of each pupil how you may help them or you may assist them. Tell them how you are handling the situation right now, and we also we should also understand how difficult it is to motivate kids and how important the teacher's role in this time of situation. So you have to keep your composure and positivity. So as what I've said, we should always have an open communication with our students. Always ask and keep them on track. For example, you have your online lesson, you might give a sort of chatting. How are you? How do you do? How do you find the lesson? Is there any problem or concerns about the lesson? Then communication will take its place. Okay, and there are also feedbacking that might happen. Okay. Okay, are you still with me? Okay, very good. Next photo is okay. So what is this photo all about? Can you guess what is the main idea of this photo? All right, that's correct. That photo tells us teachers, training, and competency. The use of digital tools is an integral part of the professional skills. Affected, as expected of teachers and many others have already been using these tools. Example, the videos, the PowerPoints, and the likes. Many teachers still lack of required knowledge, skills, and tools to design quality online learning material. Okay? Okay. Teachers training. The type of technical and soft skill that a teacher requires to be effective in the classroom has been changing for a long time. Since the turn of the century, technology has progressively impacted or classroom needs. And the traditional image of a teacher has as a hand holder and knowledge dispenser to pupils has been replaced by that or as a facilitator, solely accessible to guide the learning process. Attending webinars, trainings, and workshops about educational technology is a great help to uplift the computer literacy and competency of our teachers. So it's very important that we should engage ourselves to different webinars, most especially when it comes to using technology in education, so that we can make our learning materials more creative and more interactive. Okay, next slide. Okay, so there is copy paste and there is assign. So what is this uh, photo? What is the idea of this photo? Anyone? Okay, that's good. That is so-called authenticity of student work. Students sometimes overlook the value of data sorting due to the great variety of ideas available on the internet. In online classes, copying and pasting content without proofreading is a huge problem. Teachers should always make the assessment authentic. Okay, student work during this period of educational technology is one of the issues that need to focus on. Sometimes, students will use internet-based applications to make their work easier without scrutinizing the content of it. Sorting ideas and keeping it authentic is somehow neglected. So what we can do as educators for this? How can we stop this kind of practices to our students? Teachers should take in consideration to use different methods or techniques that he or she can apply to assess student work. Teachers may use MOVs or the modes of verifications to know if it is legit. They may also use software such as Turnitin or Grammarly for plagiarism purposes. They may also instruct students to record the process by sending pictures while they are doing the activity. So these are some of the techniques that we can do or practices that we can do to keep the authenticity of students' work. Okay, we can also use photo journal for this. Okay, if you are in your online class, you may video. You may instruct your students to video their process or their performance tasks. Okay, okay. Next, we have this photo. Okay, what is this photo all about? What is the message of this photo or the idea behind this photo or image? Okay, this photo tells us about socio-economic factor. Many countries admit that implementing distance learning will be difficult, and one of the most challenging issues will be access to technology. The issue is part of a bigger social issue of digital inequality, in which only the privileged can continue their education without being affected. So this is very alarming and a very sad issue or concern. Many countries admit that implementing distance learning will be difficult, and one of the most challenging issues will be the access of technology. The issue is a part of a bigger social issue of digital inequality. That's why, as educators, uh, we have to create alternatives or options for those students coming from marginalized family. Okay, we should encourage them to use printed modules and also access them or uh, incline them in using TV and radio-based instructions to continue their studies. There are also LGUs that gives financial assistance and scholarship for less fortunate students to be able to continue their studies in this present time. Okay, so those are that is one of the option or solution that we can do for this concern or challenge. Okay, next photo is okay. So what is this photo all about? What can you say about this photo? There is a girl who uses sign language. So what do you think this girl has something different from other people? Okay, so adjusting of online courses to deaf and hard hearing student. A deaf and hard of hearing students were taken from their offline classes with interpreters and put home with poor ability to adjust the remote learning to their needs as well as to amplify these adjustments. Provided that online learning is already a kind of challenge for the students, those deaf or hard of hearing facing a problem or double problem multiplying the chances of falling behind. Deaf and hard hearing students were taken from their offline classes. So with the use of the interpreters, they cannot do, without interpreters, they cannot do their online classes. Okay? Uh, Given the online learning is already hardship for students, individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing face trouble of um, engaging themselves in their classes. So what we can do about this is that lesson scripts as a is a good alternative for this. Typically created by their specialized teacher as supporting material for their lesson. It can be distributed to the parents or students. They can also use video transcription in such a way they can reach out the students need with students with special needs. It's also advantageous to use automated voice to text application. Another option is to use motion picture based material in the lesson to keep pupils interested. Okay? So, those are the challenges, issues, and concerns of interactive learning strategies in the new normal. So, before I end my presentation, I would like to emphasize this part. Okay. So, the bottom line part. Here are some pictures connected with each other. So what is your interpretation of these graphics? Okay, you may type in your answer, huh? Okay. So this is the first picture, second picture, and the third picture. So the first picture is all about change. Very good. The second photo tells us to embrace. Very good. And the third photo tells us to move forward. Very good. So let's connect all of these insights. So it says that change is inevitable. That's why we have to embrace the challenges brought to us by this change and use these challenges to become a better person and move forward with optimism and positivity. Once again, this is Teacher Arnie saying thank you and mabuhay. Thank you, IGP. Thank you, dear participants. And now, at this point of time, let's move on to another speaker. I am very grateful to introduce our next speaker for for this day, who will be discussing different samples of lesson in interactive learning strategies. Let's give our round of applause to our next speaker, none other than Madam Marisa F. Pader.
Hello, everyone. I am teacher Marisa Pader from the Philippines. I am your third speaker for this session. I am a math major, but I am actually teaching MAPE for 7 years now. I am teaching in the public school for 15 years as a permanent one and 2 years as a contractual teacher. Imagine 17 years in the service. Okay? But still young looking. Do you want to know my secret? Well, my secret is I love my profession. I really want to teach children. That is why, even though there are so many challenges that we are facing as teachers, still, I believe we are the strongest persons in this world. Do you agree? If you agree, just type in your yes. Okay? And maybe you might think that I don't have enough time for this topic since you are hungry already, but please allow me to be a part of your learning for this day. Okay. So it is my immense pleasure to share my humble knowledge about our topic. Thank you for sparing some of your valuable time to listen to me. Allow me also to give thanks to IGP, Institute of Global Professionals, for this opportunity. Thank you for hosting an international webinar like this. Believe me, I am really grateful. As this moment, there's another dream come true for me. It's not a small thing, it is a great accomplishment for me. Well, my topic is actually a continuation of the topic discussed by Ma'am Leia. Well, before I start with my topic, I'll be giving a short insight, at least additional information about interactive learning. Okay, let me share my slide. Ito na po. Okay. So actually, the focus of my topic is interactive learning samples. At the end of my discussion, I will be showing, ay, wala pa. I'm sorry for the interruption. I'm sorry. Share screen. Okay. I think that is why my laptop doesn't follow with my instruction. Okay. This is it. Can you see now my slide? Okay. Can you see my slide? Okay. So let us continue. Sorry for the interruption. As I've said a while back, my focus is actually about interactive learning samples, a sample of a lesson which uses interactive PowerPoint. But allow me, of course, to give a brief insights about the topic discussed by Ma'am Leia. Well, interactive learning is a way which we involve our learners in the teaching learning process. There are four different ways to create an environment like this. Most of the time, it's through student learner interaction, student to student interaction, the use of video, audio, and visuals, and of course, a hands on demonstration and exercises. Well, why interactive learning? The same question raised by Ma'am Leia. Well, I believe the importance of social connection between learners and the teachers in learning cannot be overstated. Uh, Interactive learning is one way to motivate our learners to participate in the conversation. As we all know, of course, learners easily get bored with routinary activities. That is why we really have to make sure that our strategies vary from time to time, and we have to adjust with the different types of learners. Okay, um, as I've said a while ago, I am in this service for 17 years now. And actually, I have encountered these types of learners, and I have already used different strategies in my teaching. Okay? And I observed that learners are more active if we involve them in the process. and away from what is so called traditional method, where learners only relies on listening to teachers, lecture or rote memorization of information, figures, or equations. Well, an additional for that, of course, interactive learning can be applied for classroom sessions and, of course, for online sessions. As mentioned by my teammates, this interactive learning can be applied both for online and offline learners. But of course, we have to consider what type of learners do we have. What is the modality that we have for the learners? Are they online or are they offline? When we say offline, these are printed modular learners. There are some strategies which are not applicable for face to face. Online learners. There are only some which are applicable only for face to face, and of course printed modular. So we have always consider our learners. Okay. Um, what's important is we help our learners to grow and develop self-esteem, either printed or online learners. Okay? Well, there are different styles as mentioned by Mom Leia, but I have just chosen only four that I will be giving additional insights of this. Okay? And these are, of course, the brainstorming. And next one is the bus session, and of course the think, parent, share, and lastly is the graphic organizer. I will be giving some examples for this. And of course, please bear with me. I will be showing you an example of a slide presentation which uses an interactive one. This is really for our learners. Okay, so brainstorming. Let us start with brainstorming. The process is useful for generating creative thoughts and ideas. Now, what are the benefits of this brainstorming? Actually, I believe we are familiar with this brainstorming already, no? But allow me to give my insights about this. Okay, the benefits of brainstorming are numerous. Brainstorming builds involvement, commitment, loyalty, and enthusiasm of the learners. Participating in the sessions stimulates the and unlocks learners' creative talents. Brainstorming also builds self-esteem because learners are being asked for their participation and their ideas. Since we have learners who are introvert, they could not express themselves with a large population. That is why brainstorming with their group mates is uh, is productive for those kind of learners. Well, as the saying goes, two heads are better than one. Learners come together here, come up with lots of good ideas, and in my experience, actually, brainstorming helps learners to share their ideas to their classmates. Well, I have noticed some learners do not have the confidence to recite or to share their thoughts in the class. That is why sometimes I am using this brainstorming. Okay, so let us move to the next one. Of course, actually, there are different types of brainstorming. These are actually the same, but they are different at some point in the number of participants in the brainstorming, and of course, how do they do the brainstorming? Okay, number one, we have the stop and go brainstorming. When you say stop and go brainstorming, it is a problem solving in which a group alternates between a brainstorming solution for 10 minutes without evaluating them, and then evaluating them for a brief time, and then the group alternates between brainstorming and evaluating ideas. Did you get the idea of stop go and go brainstorming? We give the learners the chance to bring out their ideas for at least 10 minutes. Maybe they could write their answers. Maybe they could write their answers in a sheet of paper. Or maybe you can assign a group leader to jot down their ideas. And then after 10 minutes, of course, the leader will consolidate the answers, and then will pick the best answers, and then, of course, brainstorm again. And at the end of the brainstorming, they could come up the best output for the class. And after that, of course, they will be having their sharing to the class of their output. Okay, next we have the Philips 66 brainstorming. Do you have any idea about the Philips 66? What does 66 mean? Okay, when you say Philips 66, um, this is actually it involves actually six members in a group, okay, and they have 6 minutes to gather the information, to gather the thoughts, to gather the ideas of the group mates. So again, it is called 66 because it consists of six members in the group, and they are going to gather the data, the information, their thoughts about the topic given by the teacher in 6 minutes only. So this is actually a time pressure brainstorming. But of course, as a teacher, we have to be careful with our instruction. We have to be specific with our instruction. We have to make it clear that the brainstorming only uh, is only for 6 minutes. And after 6 minutes, of course, the learners will now present their ideas to the class. And that is Philip 66 brainstorming. Okay? Did you get it? Okay, let us move to number 3, brain writing, a problem solving method in which individuals brainstorm and document their own ideas before presenting them with the group to help them think more clearly. This is a technique in which students jot down their ideas before presenting them with their group. So when you say brain writing, they are just going, this is actually no time pressure, and they will just write down whatever ideas that come into their mind, and then after that they will share their ideas to the class, and that's it. Brain writing, you write down whatever comes into your mind. Okay, next, those are the three types of brainstorming. Moving on, we have the second teaching style that make a difference to our learner. Of course, we have think, pair, and share. This establishes a problem or a question, then pair your students. Give each pair sufficient time to form a conclusion and permit each participant to define the conclusion in his or her personal voice. Of course, we always give chance to our learners to speak for themselves. It helps students to think individually about a topic. It teaches students to share ideas and builds oral communication skills. And of course, it helps focus attention and engage students in comprehending the reading material. Okay, next slide. Of course, now how do we do this think, pair, and share? Of course, we have to give the topic to the learners, and then maybe the teacher can find a partner for the student, or maybe the learner could be the one to find his or her a partner, and then we give the direction, and then we can model the procedure to ensure that the students understand how to use the strategy. Okay, T stands for think. The learners think about what they know about the topic. P is pair. Each student should be paired with another student. And S is for share. Students share their thinking with their partner. Let's have an example for this. Well, I am a math teacher. Let me think of a specific topic. Say, for example, stress. Okay? Stress. Your direction will be share some of the stressful situations that you are encountering as an adolescent. Well, we may notice that some students could not easily share their thought about this problem. No, that is why think, pair, and share is very effective for this, wherein they can share their own experiences as adolescents. Okay, so we can think of other. There are so many situations or examples in our lessons which we can apply. Think, pair, and share. Okay, next. Okay, of course we have the bus session. Bus session. Um, Another interactive teaching style that make a difference for our learner. Participants come together in session group that focus on a single topic. Within each group, every student contributes thoughts and ideas. Okay, so we get everyone involved here, and of course, we this keeps the session more structured. Okay, next one. Next one is, of course, number four. So we are now in the number four. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Okay, thank you. Okay, so number four, we have the graphical organizer. It's like drawing map, a mind map to describe how ideas relate to each other, or a Venn diagram to describe similarities and differences. Well, I believe we already know what are these different types of graphical organizers. Okay, so let us have number one. Let us have number one. Okay, we have the T chart. The T chart. Okay, a T chart helps organize ideas into two columns and examine two components of an object, concept, or event. Okay, for instance, T charts can be used in any content area to examine the pros and cons of something, advantages and disadvantages, or facts and opinions. Okay? So let's have the ayan. Okay, this is a sample of a T chart. As you notice, we can place here the title of the activity. Okay, and then in the first column, we can write down here, like for example, what topic specifically in health. No, in PE. Should I use PE now? Let us say physical fitness test for the title. And then for the first column, let's have the health related fitness. And in the other column, in the second column, uh, let's have the, uh, where am I now? Okay. And in the second column, we could place the skill related fitness. So we can write there down the different physical fitness tests under health related fitness and skill related fitness. Okay. So we can apply other topics for this. Okay. Next, concept map. Okay. Concept map shows the relationships between the main idea and other information. This was actually discussed by Ma'am Leia a while back. So concepts or ideas are presented in circles or boxes and are linked to related ideas with arrows. So let us see the examples of graphic, I mean, what's this? Concept map. So we can use circles, we can use rectangles, squares for this concept map. Okay. Like for example, what specific topic? Like for example, are the arts in the Philippines. Okay. So you may write the title here, and then of course you may write down here the different arts in the Philippines. Okay. And then next one here, it uses the circles. Okay, sequence chart. This is the third type of graphic organizer. A sequence chart or flow diagram represents a series of steps or events in order. Many learners need a visual aid to help clarify a sequence of events in a story or to come to conclusions about different causes and effects, or, of course, problem and solution, relationships between multiple events in a text. Okay? Uh-huh. So for the sequence chart, what can we apply here? Maybe if we are telling a story, then they can make use of this sequence chart. Or let us take, for example, if you ask your students to write the history of basketball, so you can use this sequence chart. Okay, so moving on. Of course, number four, we have the Venn diagram. I believe math teachers are very familiar with this Venn diagram. These are used to compare and contrast groups of things. So let us. It is one research shows how effective graphic organizers can be supporting comprehensive for all students, including those who are at risk for academic failure. Okay, so let us move to the sample of a Venn diagram. So as you notice, it consists of two circles. Okay, uh, here, let us think of a topic. I'm sorry, but I will be using topics in MAPE since I am handling MAPE. And I believe we are versatile enough to think of other topics. Okay, so for the difference outside the circle, I mean in these two parts of the circles, we can, what's the topic? Changes that happen to adolescents. This is the difference, the changes that occur to boys, and then this will be the changes that occur in girls. And at the center, we will be writing down, or the learners will be writing down the changes that occur both to boys and girls. That is how Venn diagram is used. Okay, next. Okay, these were actually discussed also by Ma'am Leia. Interactive e-learning web apps. Allow me to give brief insights about this one. I have chosen only two. I have chosen only two of this because this I believe are accessible, and I am actually using this in my class. Okay, so number one is Google Classroom. Google Classroom is allows you to take online classes, distribute course materials, assign assessments, track students' progress, send feedback, etc. from anywhere at any time. This is actually a free service for schools, nonprofits, and anyone with a personal Google account. Classroom makes it easy for learners and teachers like us to connect inside and outside of the schools. Okay. Now, why Google Classroom? Why Google Classroom? Number one, of course, it is because accessibility. It can easily be accessed from any computer via Google Chrome or from any mobile device, regardless of the platform. All files will be uploaded by the teacher, and students are stored in a classroom folder on Google Drive. Users can access Classroom anytime, anywhere. And actually, I am using this as I've said a while back. I found it easier for my learners because I can easily monitor their answers at any of my comfortable time. Okay. Next one is, of course, digitally organize, distribute, and collects assignments, course materials. And number three, paperless. Yes, of course, we all know that a Google Classroom is paperless. Number four, it is a time saver. Time saver. Uh-huh. Classroom is an enormous efficient device with all assets saved in one spot and the capacity to get a classroom any place. Teachers will have all more extra time to finish all other tasks. Do you agree with that? So with the Google Classroom, we can also do other tasks since as I've said, we can check the learner's output at any of our comfortable time. Though for the learners, we are giving due dates for the submission of their output. But for us as teachers, we can easily monitor their output anytime. That is a time saver. Communication. Communication, well, built-in tools make communicating with students and parents a breeze. Teachers and students can send emails, post to the stream, send private comments on the assignments, and teachers can provide the feedbacks on the learner's work, and of course, only Only the learner would know what are those comments, no? And they can also communicate with parents through individual emails or through classroom email summaries, which include class announcements and due dates. And of course, collaborate. What is collaborate? Collaborate offers a different ways for learners to work together. Teachers can work with online conversations among learners and make bunch activities inside the classroom. What's more, learners can work together on Google Docs, which have been shared by the teacher. And of course, we have engagement. Okay, the engagement of the learners in using the Google Classroom, submitting their outputs, and of course for the teacher checking the outputs of our learners and sending a feedbacks to this output. So these are the reasons why we are using a Google Classroom. Okay, next. Lastly, okay, we have the PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. I believe we are very familiar with this. It is a powerful slideshow presentation program, and it is a standard component of the company's Microsoft Office suite software and is bundled together with Word, Excel, and other Office productivity tools. The program uses slides to convey information rich in a multimedia. Do you believe that this PowerPoint itself can be interactive without using any interactive application? The answer is yes. Okay, integrating technology isn't optional. We have to go with the changes. We are now in the 21st century, so we have to motivate our learners to use technology and learn to use it properly. And for us teachers, our greatest task is the means by which we successfully carry out advanced technology. Okay? So let us integrate technology in our lessons. Well, lecturing, which is a part of the teaching learning process, offers an efficient method to present information to learners. But this is only effective for learners who listen attentively, making lectures interactive, interactive by including interactive techniques caters all kinds of learners. So this is a useful again for the learners who don't listen attentively. This will, I believe, will catch their attention. Okay, next slide. Okay, that ends. This is my references. These are the references I've used in the PowerPoint presentation. Allow me to share again another presentation. This is actually no, it's not the one. Yes, okay. Can you see now? Can you see now the slide? Okay, thank you. Okay, this is This is an interactive multimedia lesson in Health 10. And the milk used here is selects health professionals, specialists, and healthcare services. And this is actually prepared by Sir Clarence Sokuman. He is one of my closest friends, and of course, he is a head teacher in the division of Zambales. Thank you, Sir Clarissa Kuman, for sharing with us your slide presentation. Well, actually, fellow educators, this slide presentation consists of varied strategies. Maybe after this, we can only choose 2 or 3 strategies that we may apply in our discussion. Okay? And to make it more interactive, we can also use emojis. Emojis like this, no? For correct answers, we can use a smiley face. And for incorrect answers, we can also use a sad face. And of course, we can also use a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Okay? So you may type in your answers later on as we go on with the activities. Okay. Let's have a short video first.
In the midst of a global pandemic, you rushed in to help. In a time of uncertainty, you remain strong. In a time of concern, you put others before yourself. To all the doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers on the front lines who fight this threat with courage and determination, we thank you. We're proud to be on your team.
Okay, so that is a short video. So let us now move to our milk, of course. So as you can see, this is very interactive. For the content standards, the learner understands the guidelines and criteria in the selection and evaluation of health information products and services. And for performance standards, the learner demonstrates critical thinking and decision-making skills in the selection, evaluation, and utilization of health information products and services. And of course, for the learning competencies, the learners are expected to select health professionals, specialists, and healthcare services wisely. Let us move to the next slide. Of course, we will be having the pre-test. Well, fellow teachers, this slide presentation, this interactive PowerPoint presentation can only be used for face-to-face classes or for online learners. This can't be effective. This can't be used for offline learners or for modular printed learners. Okay? Uh-huh. So note, the activity is time pressured, so be careful when you click. You may type in your answers as I flash the questions. Okay? And it is entitled Choose Me. Are you ready? Let us stop first the timer. Okay? So question number one. Well, as teachers, we have to check first. We have to try it first in our own without the learners so we could know what are the shortcomings of this PowerPoint presentation before we use this to our learners. Okay? So for question number one, any concept, step, or advice that various sources give to aid the health status of an individual. Timer starts now. So this is a time pressure pretest. Okay, so time is up. Let us go back and check what are your answers? What is the answer? What are your answers? Let us check. Is it health information? Amazing. That is the correct answer. Very good. It is health information. So as teacher, you will be showing a smiley face because the learner got the correct answer. Okay? So let us move to the next one. For question number two, let us stop the timer. These are food, drugs, cosmetics, devices, biologicals, vaccines, in vitro diagnostic reagents, and household urban hazardous substances, or a combination of and or a derivative thereof. Okay? Timer starts now. Time is up. What are your answers or what is your answer? I wish to see your answers in the chat box, but I could not be able to do it. So, okay, let us try. Let's take, for example, a learner chooses a health insurance. Let us click health insurance. Is that the correct answer? Better luck next time. Better luck next time. It's not the correct answer. Let us try another student. Let us try another student. What is your answer? The other student chooses health products. Okay. Amazing. This is the correct answer. Okay. Next, reliable sources of health information are the following except. What is the correct answer? Timer starts now. Type in your answers. Time is up. Let us go back again. So, what is the answer? The learner chooses Department of Health. Ha ha, better luck next time. It's not the correct answer. Call again another learner to choose another answer. Okay, so the learner chooses Dr. Kwak. Amazing. That is the correct answer. Very good. Okay, let us move to the next number. Exposing yourself to the sun or temperatures higher than 25 degrees Celsius protects you from COVID 19. Is it a fact or a myth? Timer starts now. Time is up. What is your answer? Okay. Is it a fact? Is it a myth? Uh huh. One learner says it is a fact. Better luck next time. But there are still chances for that, of course. And is it the myth? Is it the myth? Of course, amazing. That is the correct answer. Okay, let us move to the next one. Okay, number five, drinking alcohol does not protect you against COVID 19 and can be dangerous. What is your answer for this? Is it a fact or a myth? Timer starts now. Okay, time is up. What is the correct answer? Drinking alcohol does not protect you. This is actually a fact. Amazing. That is the correct answer. Okay, let us move. The score is 5. Okay, now after the pre-assessment, we will now move to the discussion and we will be having the definition of the different terms. Well, fellow educators, this is just an example of an interactive lesson. We may modify this or we could at least add something to this to make it more interactive. Okay? So if you would want to see the definition for health services, these are programs aims to appraise the health conditions of individuals through screening and examinations, cure and treat disorders, prevent and control the spread of diseases, provide safety, emergency care, and first aid, and ensure a follow-up program for individuals who have undergone treatments. And for health professionals, these are individuals who are licensed to practice medicine and other allied health programs. And of course, health care facilities. These are places or institutions that offer health care services. And for the health insurance, a financial agreement between an insurance company and an individual or group for the payment of health care costs. An example of this is PhilHealth for in the Philippines. Okay, let us move to the next slide. Well, we can, this slide presentation can be used by the learners wherein they can manipulate this presentation or the teacher for online class can use this interactive presentation. No? It's up to you who will use this one. Health professionals. These are trained healthcare provider who practices under the supervision of a physician or healthcare practitioner, such as nurses, dietitian, pharmacists, and physical therapists. And then okay, this is our, our who practices under the supervision of a physician. And what's that? Naulit. It was repeated. Okay. What about allied? No definition for that. Okay. Next, other definitions. Of course, just like what I did in the previous slides, we will just click the tab where the tab and to show the definition of each words. Say, for example, these are the healthcare facilities. So we click the hospital. It is an institution where people undergo a medical diagnosis, care, and treatment. Okay, so, and then the procedure follows. Okay, and actually, this is just an example. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Uh, Next, we will be, let us assume that the discussion is already done. So we now have again an activity which is entitled We're Meant to Be. Are you meant to be? Yes, we're meant to be. On the next slide, click the picture and drop it on the corresponding type of health service. Okay, again, this is a time pressure activity. Be careful when you click. Okay, next. So let us start. So given here are health professionals, facilities, and insurance. So we will click the pictures and drop it in their proper places. Let us try. Let us try this one. Okay, let us click this one and place it here. Let us see if this is correct. Okay, be careful when you click. That's it. Great job. As you can see, in the upper part of this slide, there is a comment there, good job. Good job, which means this is correct. But if the words there is try again, that means the answer is not correct. Okay, let's try another one. PhilHealth. Let us try if the PhilHealth falls here in the healthcare facilities. Let us see. Try again. Try again. So we move this to the other place. Let us try if this is a health insurance. Great job. Great job. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it. Next. Let us try this one. Okay, we could not move to the next slide unless we finish all this. Okay, great job again. Next, let's have the hospital. Let's have the hospital. Let us move this here. Okay, great job. Let us try this one. This is, let us put this one here. Great job again. Okay, next. How about this one? This is, let us put this one here. Great job again. Let us try to finish this already. Okay, and let us try to put this here. Mm. I'll try again. Is it try again? Great job again. Yeah. Be careful when you click me. Let us try this and place it here. Is it try again? Try again. So the learners themselves could be able to see if their answers are correct or not. So this is try again. Let us try this one. Okay. Again, try again. And let us try to the last place. There's no other choice. So we place it here. Good job. Okay. And the one moves again. Double click it here. Mm-hmm. Stay there. Stay there. What's this? This is wrong. It should be here. Try again. Yeah. Okay, this is it. Okay. Are you still with me? Are you enjoying or you're a bit bored? Yes, thank you very much for your participation. Let us try this one. Okay. This is one of the shortcomings of this kinds of interactive presentation. Of course, great job. And do not follow my fingers. Please stay there. And of course, the last one, health center. Uh-huh. Okay. Great job. Okay. Uh-uh. Okay, next. Next one, I'll be showing you another activity. I will not be doing this anymore because we don't have any time. And I still would want to meet everyone in the Q&A portion. Okay, the next activity is Do You Know Me? On the next slide, match the job description being mentioned in the statement to the given positions. And again, this is a time pressure activity. Okay, next. I'll just be showing you on how to do this because if I'll be answering all of this, it will take 1 to 2 hours, maybe, but I believe it will not take 2 to 3 hours. Well, here you will just choose, say for example, cardiologist. Uh, Match this with the definition. Cardiologist. Click this one and then place it here. A doctor who specializes there. No, 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 no. No, 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 I'm not yet done. Okay, I'm not yet done. In one click, it proceeds to the next slide. So be careful when you click me. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Okay, that's another activity. Okay, so let us move to another activity. Here, in this activity, you will arrange the word or group of words to describe the given healthcare facility. Let's have an example. Let's have an example. Okay. Let us try for the hospital. How do I define the hospital? It is an institution uh, where people undergo treatment care and medical diagnosis. Let us submit the answer. This is not the correct answer. So we can use this thumbs down, no? But again, fellow educators, uh, we have to explain why we are using emojis like this, no? Uh, this should help learners to participate in the discussion. Okay, so let us try another one. Let us try another one. Are you still with me? Let us uh, let us try to change our answer. Change the answer. Okay. Uh, Call another one to give the answer. An institution where people undergo medical diagnosis, care, and treatment. Is it the correct answer? Let us submit now the answer. Very good. That is the correct answer. Okay. So let us move to the next one. So we will not be answering all of these examples because, as I've said, it will consume time. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So there are more activities. Let me show you these activities. Okay. Uh-huh. Crossword with you. So we can also make crossword using this PowerPoint presentation. This again is time pressured, so be careful when you click. Okay. So here you will just click the letter that you would want to put in, and to get the correct answer, you fill in all the boxes. Okay, next activity. Do you still have more? I think this is the last activity. Okay, that ends my example of an interactive lesson in MAPE. Thank you for staying with me with this session, and I hope you learned a lot from us, your speakers for this day. Thank you, and mabuhay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sir Arnold, Sir Ma'am Lee, and Ma'am Marisa for both a combined presentation. Actually, yes, actually, something different for today. Something different, which is completely new. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Right now we have almost completed our time period, 3 hours near about. So that basically is almost 3 hours. Only 7 minutes left for 3 hours. So again, thank you so much. Now we have only one option, that is quiz competition and Q&A. So our participants already selected maximum quiz competition. So then we will move for quiz competition, and after that we will open for certification process. Now it's time for quiz competition, and we'll be back again to you, ma'am, and sir also, if our learners want for Q&A.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations, all the top 10 quiz completion winners. In between time, we have already completed our quiz. Now we'll be back again. Now if you want Q&A, then we will be back again with Q&A. If you want then certification process, then we'll move for certification. Just type in the comment box what you want, Q&A or certification process. Based on your comment, we will decide for the next. Congratulations, quiz completion winners, top 10. You will receive your certificate within 15 minutes. We will post it on our Facebook page and Facebook group. Congrats to all. Certification process, certification process, certification process, certification process, certification process. Okay. So no more. Before we move for the certification process, I would like to invite all the speakers again. Sir and ma'am, all are here in the live streaming. Just
Hello.
Hello. Hello,
Mabuhay!
sir.
Hello,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, IGP.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank
Right
you.
now, all of our viewers are learners. Actually, all of our learners are waiting for the certification process. So now we'll move for the certification. And before we move to certification process, I'd like to thank you again for. I'd like to thank you for your time, for your knowledge sharing, everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. We are very sorry we consumed most of the time.
No, no,
Thank
no,
you,
ma'am.
Thank
IGP.
you
No.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much,
Thank you
sir.
for giving us the opportunity, sir. And to the
See you
people
again, sir.
behind
See you.
this, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. See you again.
Thank you, Sir Arnold.
Thank
Thank
you
you, Sir
po.
Clarence.
Thank you for these friends, Sir Clarence and Sir Arnold.
Today's program name, this is step 1, interactive learning strategies in education. This is the link. Just allow me, allow me for just a minute. Just hold on. Hold on. Yes, back again. Now the certification link is on the comment box and pin comment, so you can collect your certificate by the click the link. Okay, no more delay. For today's certification, the code is IGP 1415. For today's certification link now in the comment box, you can find in the comment box in the pin comment also. You can claim your certificate easily. And today's code IGP 1415. Yes, today's code IGP 1415. Today's certification code IGP 1415. With code, click on get your certificate. You'll receive your certificate immediately. Certificate is ready. You can verify your certificate. Not only you, anyone can verify your certificate. Our next webinar, that is today evening session. I mean, after 5 after near about 5:30. I mean 5 hours 30 minutes at the evening session. Psychosocial issues of students. Our tomorrow session, skills not degrees, the future of employment globally. Next session, e-grade book for teachers, September 21. September 22, doing business and training in the online world. Then September 24, character formation in educational leadership. September 25, learning across areas of math, social studies and assessment. Our next weekend's morning session, learners mental health, September 26. September 26 evening session, the value of enterprise and entrepreneurship education. September 27, English literature and psychology role in education. September 28, innovative teaching strategies amidst pandemic. September 29, communication skills in teaching and learning process. September 30, healthy living equals successful living. If 1st October, our webinar series 1, authentic assessment in teaching and learning, part 1, evening session. October 2nd October, teaching English as a foreign language and assessment, part 1. This is webinar series part 1. Webinar series 2, Etching the New Normal Education, that is morning session. October 3, evening session, disaster. Okay. Dear team CSR, please please focus on the. Dear team CSR, please focus on our comment box. Someone already said that how to claim certificate, so please guide him that he can able to claim his certificate. So for today's certification code IGP 1415. See you after 5 hours for the evening session. See you guys after 5 hours for the evening session. Thank you so much.